What's going on, YouTube?
Hi, I'm Dave Grohl.
I'm here with Dave Grohl. Guys, I don't know why it has taken me this long to get to Everlong. Let's see how entertaining Dave Grohl is, okay?
I'm going to tell you the story of our song, Everlong.
I want to hear it.
Everlong was written, I think, in 1996, probably in the winter of 96 when we were making our second album, The Color and the Shape. You know, if you've ever been in a studio with a band for a long period of time and you're recording multiple songs, there's a lot of time just sort of sitting around waiting for something to happen.
True
and
story.
In that time, I remember sitting in like an isolation booth, looking out at the other guys in the band, waiting in between takes to play. And it was at a studio outside of Seattle called, I think it was called Bear Creek or something like that. Kind of like this weird house and barn.
Didn't Brandy
outside
Carlisle
of town.
record there?
So I was sitting in the isolation booth waiting to do a take of another song, and I just started playing this chord.
It's a pretty one.
Now, I'm not a trained musician, so I don't know what that chord is. I don't know what you would call it. I can't read music. I'm not sure. So I was kind of playing with it, and then I kind of realized, oh, well, I could do that as well. What's that chord? No clue. Don't know what it's called. Don't know anything about guitar. But I realized you could sort of move it around. And so in between takes, I would kind of mess around with this thing, you know, strum around with it. Now at the time, I was breaking up with a girl that I had been with for a while. So I was sort of in the middle of this intense emotional period. And for whatever reason, the emotion or the feeling I got when I would play this succession of chords sort of touched on whatever that emotion was.
I love what he is explaining here in the songwriting process. What he is explaining in the songwriting process is that it is all about feel. You get a feel for things and you just kind of follow instincts, and he obviously is kind of a natural.
So we continued recording. In the meantime, my relationship ended, and I was in a very difficult place. I remember it was right around Christmas. I went back to Virginia, where I grew up, and at this point, the song had sort of evolved into... Now also, not to get too like muso-technical,
he's playing
or
a
whatever,
Gibson.
because I'm not a trained guitar player, I actually look at this guitar, this instrument, like
Gibson.
it's a drum set. So I look at the lower strings like kicks and snares, and I look at the higher strings almost as if they're cymbals. So the pattern in which I'm strumming,
Yeah. I hear
it's
it.
almost like a kick drum pattern, like do do da do da da do da do do da do da da da, like that. Anyway, so because of the emotional place I was in, I started writing the lyrics to this song, and they come from a real place. So the song started to come together, and I wanted to record it quickly so I didn't forget it. I had a friend named Jeff Turner in Washington, D.C., one of my old punk rock friends from the 80s. He had a studio next to this great bar called the Black Cat on 14th Street. And I said, hey, could I come in and just do a demo really quick? He said, sure. And without having it fully formed, I just kind of went in. I put down a drum track.
Back in the days before voice memos on iPhones, folks,
sang
you went to a studio.
it into a microphone for the first time. And it did seem to make sense. The lyric and the melody at the time where I was emotionally, it all made sense. And I think that that's what songs should be. They should be something that not only the tone or the melody or dynamic of the instrumental, but also the lyric match in a way that it represents how you feel at that moment. I recorded the song, and I brought it back to the guys. I remember actually I played it for Thurston and Kim from Sonic Youth, because I was deathly afraid that I had just totally like ripped off the Sonic Youth song somehow. And I said, oh, listen to this thing I just recorded. And they listened. I said, listen to this demo that I did. And they said, why is that a demo? Why isn't that the album? And it just felt so off the cuff and unofficial. I considered it to be a demo. We went in and we re-recorded it. And that's the song that you hear on the radio today. And, side note, I never considered doing it acoustically. I thought it was a rock song until I think it was the first time we did the Howard Stern show.
Any good song can be done on a guitar or a keyboard.
Howard Stern loved the song. And when you do the Howard Stern show at 6 o'clock in the morning and you don't want to touch an instrument or just get close to a microphone, but he asked that I play it acoustically. And so I did. And in a way, it gave the song a whole new rebirth. This is long after it was released, I think, but it gave the song kind of a whole new life. Because I think sometimes when I do it this way, it really does peel back a lot of the bells and whistles and the other noise when it's just the lyric and the guitar and my voice. I think it kind of makes the song feel the way I had always wished it felt. So.
Oh, yes. Love that.
This is called Everlong.
Agree. This is why I like 3 chords and the truth, as I always say.
Waited here for you, Everlong.
I would love to go back and listen to the original now. Was he that breathy in the full band recording? But it's nuances like that that pop out immediately when you take away the drums and the bass and all the noise.
Tonight, I throw myself into out of the red, out of her head she sang. Do 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 do. Come down and waste away with me, down with me. Slow how you wanted it to be.
Nice fry.
Above my head, out of her head she sang.
Gotta love octaves.
And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever feel this real forever.
Beautiful relationship between the riff and the melody.
Anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when she sang.
Yeah. Different feeling, isn't it? Love it.
Breathe out so I can breathe you in and hold you in. And now
Glottal shock.
I know you've always been out of your head, out of my head I sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again.
Ooh, look at those skills there, bud.
Only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when she sang. And I sing along with you. If everything could ever feel this real forever.
Oh.
If anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when.
That was awesome. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, look, it's so funny when I never really noticed the lyric about if anything could feel so real, singing along with you. You know, he's talking about the songwriting process, and he's talking about, in the beginning of this video, talking about the process of writing a song and how it's a feeling in this. If you go to my website, I offer lessons there online daily, but also I blog periodically, and one of the things I wrote about is there have been studies done on singing in groups. Now, we're talking more like choirs than a boyfriend and a girlfriend singing along together, but actually studies have been done on the medicinal benefit mentally of singing together in groups. And so it's interesting to me that he wrote about feeling so real singing along with a person, because music really does bring us together when we are doing it with other people. I love this delivery, a little bit of breathiness, a little bit more thoughtful and less aggressive. Oh, I mean, it worked out so great. And you know, he's still chunking away on the guitar, but I just love this song 10 times more this way. And it was really a joy to listen to him talk about the writing process and how this all came together. Thank you, folks, once again. If you have any other fantastic broken down songs like this, acoustic and vocal, I'm always listening. Do leave that in the comments. I will see y'all in the next video.